In this video, I'm going to talk with you about estate planning, specifically who needs an estate plan, the 3 common documents that make up an estate plan, and tips on how to get your estate plan done from your house without spending a lot of money. If you're curious about estate planning and want simple steps to get started, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, welcome back. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, my name is Whitney Morrison. I am a certified financial planner, the director of financial advice at LegalZoom, and the founder of Holistic Money Mapping, a financial course that will transform your life with money. In this video, I want to talk with you about estate planning. Now, estate planning is not a cool or fun financial planning topic, but it is incredibly important. A lot of people think that estate planning is just for people that have a lot of money or have a lot of assets, but that's not the case. Everyone needs an estate plan, and your estate is just whatever you own whenever you pass away. An estate plan allows you to put your final wishes into writing, and without an estate plan, state law may govern what happens to your assets. So with your estate plan, you can determine who gets your stuff, you can determine who would take care of your kids in the event that, God forbid, you predecease them. You get to make decisions about your health care, so for example, life support or organ donation. You also can determine who is able to make healthcare decisions on your behalf in the event that you're unable to. You can also determine who can make financial decisions on your behalf if you're unable to. And this could be because you're incapacitated and you're unable to make the decision, or because you're out of the country. But regardless, an estate plan allows those around you and state law to understand exactly what you want to have happen with your assets. And this is such a gift to give to your family, because otherwise they're unsure of what it is that you want, and either they're forced to make the decision or the state is forced to make the decision on your behalf. If you're listening and starting to get freaked out, like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of decision making, how am I going to be able to come up with the answers to these questions, then just take a deep breath. Remember, your estate plan is a living document, and what that means is as your life changes and your circumstances change, so will your estate plan. So really, whenever you go to sit down to make your estate plan, just make the decisions with what you know today. So you don't have to think 5 years in advance or 10 years in advance. Just make your estate plan with what you know to be true today. Now let's talk about the 3 basic documents that make up an estate plan. Number 1 is a last will or living trust. Now some people just have a last will, but some people have a living trust and a last will. Number 2 is a power of attorney. And number 3 is a living will, which is also known as a healthcare power of attorney. With your last will or living trust, you get to indicate who gets your assets and when they will get them. You can also designate any final wishes you may have, like if you want to have a funeral, or if you want to be cremated, or if you want to have a party and have your favorite band there. You get to outline whatever you want to have happen at the end of your life. You also get to specify who's going to be responsible for carrying out your final wishes. So this is something that you want to be really thoughtful about. And remember, don't get too caught up. Just make the decision with what you know today. And lastly, with these documents, you can designate guardianship for your kids in the event that you predecease them. Here are some things to consider when you're thinking about how you want to split up your assets. You may just want to say, okay, split everything equally between the recipients I have listed below, but you want to make sure that you're considering your entire financial picture. If you have any retirement accounts or any life insurance policies that have designated beneficiaries, those will override anything that you have in your will. So make sure to think about your assets from a holistic perspective whenever you're putting together your last will or your living trust. Now, you may be wondering whether a last will or a living trust is best for you, and your location plays a big role in that decision. So state law varies greatly when it comes to probate and trust, so what's advantageous in one state may not be in another. A living trust is generally more expensive than a last will, but it also avoids probate. So if you live in a state that has a long, expensive, drawn-out probate process, then you may find that a living trust could be best for you. Another consideration is property. So if you own property in multiple states, you'll have to go through probate in multiple states. This can also be a reason why people choose a living trust. Ultimately, there are a lot of nuances that come into play when you're making this decision around a living trust or a last will. So talking with an attorney is a great idea to make sure you choose the best document for you. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to go over how to get affordable attorney access to get your estate plan documents complete. The second common document that goes in your estate plan is a power of attorney. And a power of attorney allows you to appoint a trusted representative, whether it's a family member or a business partner, to make legal and financial decisions on your behalf. Now, there are two types of power of attorneys. Number one is a springing power of attorney, which goes into effect in the event that you become incapacitated. Number two is a durable power of attorney, and that becomes effective as soon as you sign the document. People traditionally include power of attorneys as a part of their estate plan in the event that something unexpected happens to their health. So in the event that you're hospitalized or incapacitated for an extended period of time, you'll need your family to continue to maintain your life, to do things like pay your bills, make sure that any legal or real estate matters that come up interim, that they can handle all of those things on your behalf. Another reason you may want a power of attorney is if you travel frequently or find yourself unavailable, and you can appoint people to make legal and financial decisions on your behalf while you're gone. So a power of attorney is an incredibly flexible document that is not only a part of estate plan, but also just a part of everyday life planning. The last document that traditionally makes up an estate plan is a living will. And a living will is sometimes called a medical power of attorney or an advanced healthcare directive. And what this does is this allows you to make medical decisions in advance. So for example, you can say whether or not you want to be kept on life support, you can say whether or not you want to have an autopsy performed, or if you want to donate your organs. But what it does is you get to write down all of the medical decisions that are important to you, and you leave that out of your family's hands. And I can tell you from personal experience, having this directive up front is so beneficial. Otherwise, your family is left to debate over what they think is best for your health. And your family may not have the same ideas. Some people may think that prolonging your life is in your best interest and most humane, and other people may think that discontinuing life support is most humane. Another thing that you can do with a living will is appoint someone to make medical decisions on your behalf when you're unable to. All right, so I want to wrap up this video with telling you how you can get your estate planning documents done without spending a fortune and without really even leaving your house. So if you go to an attorney or a law firm to get your estate planning documents done, depending upon the complexity of your life and your financial situation, you're looking to spend $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 to maybe even $10,000 on your documents. Now, many of you know that I work at LegalZoom, and the mission of a LegalZoom is to democratize law. One of the main ways that they do that is through providing affordable estate planning documents. Now, LegalZoom isn't paying me to make this video. I just really love their product, and I've seen so many people that traditionally wouldn't be able to get access to estate planning documents complete their documents for under $300. Now, the process to get started is to go to LegalZoom.com/personal. And what you can do is you can scroll down and choose estate planning, so you can see all of the estate planning documents available. Now, you can buy a bundle, which allows you to buy all 3 documents, or you can buy just your individual documents if you just need to get like a power of attorney done or a living will, whatever it is that makes the most sense for you. Now, the great thing about purchasing your documents through LegalZoom is not only do you get the document, but you also get access to an attorney. So you can talk to an attorney before you fill out the document to ask basic questions like, hey, is the best document for me a will or a trust? How do I make decisions around guardianship? You can get all the advice that you need to be able to complete your estate planning documents. From there, you'll start an online questionnaire where LegalZoom will ask you questions about your life. So where do you live? How do you want your assets to be split? What are your final wishes? And the great thing is that it's prompted questions to make sure that you don't miss anything. And at the end, when you've completed the questionnaire, you can schedule another attorney session to review the document to make sure that everything that you've communicated in your document is consistent with what you actually want. And you can just get peace of mind that, okay, an attorney has reviewed, and you can get peace of mind that an attorney has reviewed your estate planning documents. Some states may require that you notarize your documents, so if that's the case, LegalZoom will send you instructions that specifically outlines whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that your will or trust is enforced. From there, all you gotta do is safeguard your documents and share your wishes with your family. Whew. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for your time today. This was a really dense topic with a lot of information. If you like the content that you heard today, please make sure to like, subscribe, and get notifications from my channel. It really does help. Again, my name is Whitney. I make new videos every Monday, and I hope to see you soon.